everyone. Love you. I 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 love you. You. Truly, all of you. I love 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 you. Today's video is going to be a little different. Film a little no talking makeup tutorial on my makeup today. So that'll be on the channel as well. But this is going to be a more serious video. This video is going to have some triggers for people. It is, as some of you may know, some of you might not, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. Here, I'm going to flip you over, sorry. So the sun is right there. Okay, so it's Mental Health Awareness Month. And this is a really hard video for me to film. Very hard video for me to film. But I'm just going to do it and see how it goes. And I have some talking points here. And because it's a lot. It's been years of my life. So basically, for those that know, I have PTSD from several trauma experiences and anxiety and depression. So, it's a difficult video. So, I'm not going to go deeply into any of the traumas. I don't want to trigger myself. I don't want to trigger anyone else as much as possible. But basically, when I was a child, I almost drowned, and that was my first trauma experience. I was living in Alaska and playing on ice with my best friend, and she fell through the ice, and in an attempt to save her, she pulled me in and pushed me under the water in an attempt to save herself. Now, if you don't know much about drowning, this is a perfectly normal response to this. It's an instant flash in your brain that you try to save yourself. She didn't mean to. She wasn't trying to kill me. There's nothing like that. It's just I went under the ice. But I somehow got an adrenaline rush and was able to pull not only myself but her out of the water and get home. And that was my first struggle with trauma. I still... to this day, I love the water, but it does give me anxiety to go in places like lakes or rivers. And a lot of people don't know why, because I don't like to talk about it. But if you've ever gone to the river or the lake with me, and you have noticed I don't get in the water, that's why. I'm actually afraid of it. I'll go into pools, things like that and stuff, but it gives me anxiety. So there's that. Sorry guys, it just keeps getting my lipstick. In high school and in my early 20s, I was in a very abusive relationship. I've done a lot of therapy around that and gone very, very far with that. It did end. I'm not going to give any names. I'm not going to do anything like that. But it did end in an attempt on attempting to take my life. And that caused a significant rewiring in my brain of how you're supposed to be treated, on how relationships are formed and that sort of thing. And it's taken a lot to get past that, but I am actually quite past that. I still get anxiety from things like yelling or Like if I hear yelling, I get triggered really easily. If I hear loud noises, I'm triggered easily. I was stalked. After that relationship ended, for a little while I was stalked by an unknown person. They broke into my house several times and left little things in my bed, like cigarettes and things like that. I don't smoke, so. And my roommate at the time did not either. They would break in our house and move things. And then I ended up moving out of the house with my roommate into his studio, and they broke in and left cigarettes in my bed. And once I had a new relationship, that occurrence stopped. I still don't know who it was. I had a job that I was robbed multiple times, and one of them was really horrific at gunpoint. This one is actually the hardest one for me to talk about because it gave me the strongest of my symptoms. I worked for the lottery, and I worked in a little deli. And late at night, I was there all by myself. A man walked in, and he was wearing a wig. And I texted my boyfriend at the time, I think I'm about to get robbed. And he said, no, you're okay, everything's fine. And a couple minutes later, the man called me back because he had rolled up $1 and shoved it in the lottery machine slot so that it couldn't actually accept the bills, and called me back. And I knew the instant that he called me back that something was going to happen. As soon as I walked back towards him, he grabbed me and he pushed me into the wall and held a gun to my head and said, I'm going to kill you. And sorry, it's very triggering. He just kept saying repeatedly that I'm going to kill you. You need to give me all the money that is in the store, and I'm going to kill you. Not, I'll kill you if you don't give me the money. Not, I'll kill you as soon as, I don't know. He just kept saying, I'm going to kill you, not, I will kill you. Not, he made it a definitive that he was going to kill me. He was going to end my life. So he reached my pockets and he took out everything. He touched me and he physically assaulted me. He took everything out of my pockets and he threw my phone against the wall and broke it. And he just kept pushing my head inside of a lottery machine that I had no access to the cash to. I was a night worker at the time. And that's my coffee, Dolphysis. Oh, Dolphy's like, what's going on? You seem sad. So he kept pushing my head in the machine and saying, I'm going to kill you. And I just kept repeating, please don't. Please don't. And this went on for about 20 minutes. He started running around the store. He made me keep my hands in the air and pushed against the wall. And I just was trying to disassociate as much as possible. Like, this isn't happening to me. This isn't happening. I'm not going to die. Yeah. So that happened, and it turned out that he was a meth addict, and he had his drug dealer sitting in the back of the store waiting for him to get the money to go pay. And I was left alone. He ran out of the store. He left. He didn't kill me. Thank God. Thank goodness. Whatever. So Fast forward, a few years later, I'm working at a bank, and I get summoned into court because that man was identified using his fingerprints. He had tried to rob 2 post offices, and his fingerprints brought back my case. So I had to go and testify against him in court, and he's in prison for a very long time. But even the police officer said it was one of the most horrific crimes they'd ever seen, the assault. So we're in the future. We're working at the bank as a teller, and the bank almost gets robbed. I thwarted a robbery at the bank, and sorry, I'm disassociating playing with stuff. I thwarted a robbery at the bank, and that brought back a flood of everything. All of those emotions from that time, all of those anxieties from that time. I was very, very triggered. I couldn't stop crying. I just cried and cried and cried. And I started not wanting to leave the house alone. I started disassociating, things like that, more. So I've suffered from depression and anxiety my entire life. The PTSD started, as I said, when I was younger. My therapist believes it started when I was very young. I was born into a family. It was a very, very loving family, very close-knit family. But my father didn't want to be around. He was gone, which, a lot of people have that. But my family, it was very volatile for the first few years of my life, and I think that in my developing part of life, it was kind of made clear to me that I wasn't wanted by him, which made me feel like I shouldn't be alive. So for a very long time, since I can remember, I have had suicidal ideation. For those that don't know what that is, that just means I have suicidal thoughts all the time, constantly. If anything goes wrong, if anything isn't going the way that I feel like it should, instantly my brain goes to, well, you should obviously just kill yourself. Why are you even here? What's the point? So, about 9 months ago, so I guess I should tell you more about, I have a lot of medical conditions. I have endometriosis, which I can make a different video on if that's something that interests you. A lot of people don't actually know what endometriosis is. They just think it's, oh, you have heavy periods. Not true at all. That's not even close to what endometriosis is. Endometriosis messes with your whole body. I'm actually in menopause to fight it, and I'm in my 30s. So I have stage 3 endometriosis. I've had surgery for this, and I'm going through menopause. So I got treated for that months ago, and previous to that I had just been sick all the time. Hormonal migraines, I threw up all the time, horrific pain all the time, depression from being in bed all the time, missing things. I have IBS, so I have severe bathroom issues, and so about 8 months ago I had trigger warning for anyone, suicidal trigger warning right now. If you should stop watching this if that will trigger you. So about 8 months ago, I had made a plan to end my life because I couldn't handle it anymore. I couldn't handle the PTSD. I couldn't handle the anxiety. I couldn't handle the depression. I couldn't handle feeling like such a burden to everyone in my life with, yes, I get it. You're sad. Go away. It's okay. Go on. Just feeling like such a huge burden to everyone in my life. I ended up in the hospital after dissociating. So okay, I'm here. So I had made a suicide plan. I'm not going to share what that is. The only person that knows what that is my psychiatrist, and I have made several promises. I've made several contracts that I will not do this. So I ended up in the hospital after I had been at a family reunion, and I couldn't stop crying because I knew that I was going to end my life when I came home from the family reunion. And I was going to leave this earth. And the day before we left the family reunion, I just cried and cried, and I couldn't stop crying. And my husband and my mother and my brother got out of me what was happening, what was going on in my brain, and I ended up in an daily outpatient treatment program. I was in the program for about 3 months. Sorry, I'm not good with time frames, so I have my notes here. And during that time, I couldn't do anything. I didn't want to do anything. I couldn't do anything. I just laid on my couch and I literally watched cartoons. That's it. I reverted to being a child, basically, and I couldn't do anything for myself. I couldn't cook. I couldn't clean. I couldn't move. I felt like I was completely numb. All I did was cry or scream. It was a really difficult time. And I wouldn't have made it through it if it wasn't for my support system. And I can't stress enough how important having a good support system is if you have mental health. And I hate the stigma with mental health that it's not as important as physical health, because it is. And they play off each other, and if you don't feel well, you're not going to feel well mentally. If you don't feel well mentally, it can affect you physically. So, my family and friends, my husband, my dear husband, and the people I met in the program all helped me get to a point of realization, and that is, think about the people that you love. Think about them no longer being there and how that makes you feel. That's how people feel about you leaving the earth, no matter how much of a burden you feel like, no matter how much of any of that you feel. You're wanted here. You are wanted. Yeah, I really want to stress to you that if you're going through a hard time, if you're thinking about making a plan, if you have made a plan, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. You can't get better if you're not here. You can't have a better time if you're not here. You can't you can't get to a better place. And I know it feels like you never will get to a better place, because I've been there, and through 9 months of working through it, therapy, I see a psychiatrist, I see a therapist, and I wanted you all to know that that's why I do this channel. ASMR is my anxiety relief, and I feel that if I can make these videos and I can help some other people with that anxiety, if it helps other people with their depression, if they get those tingles and that momentary relief, it's so important. It's so important to have that time for yourself, and ASMR has literally gotten me through a lot. So I felt like it was important to give back to the community by making this channel, and I hope that it is enjoyed by all. I know this isn't an ASMR video, but I know this is very important and something I needed to share, and something I have been waiting to share for a long time. I know there's a lot of people that know me that have no idea about this. They just know that I disappeared, and there are a lot of people that do know. Through this all, I've lost a lot of weight, because I'm trying to get healthier with it, but I don't ever have an appetite due to my illnesses and due to my anxiety and due to my depression. I am the type of person that doesn't eat. So I'm trying to get better about that as well. I also wanted to talk about fight or flight response with somebody that has PTSD, because it's not fight or flight. That's what it's called, but I have a third response to it, which is to freeze and disassociate. So when I am in a position of, I hear people screaming, or somebody says something to me that is triggering, or I get triggered by something, I instantly freeze and disassociate, or start crying. I don't fight, I don't flight, I don't run away from it, I freeze. And that's not how I would like to be. So I'm working on that as well. I have had slight agoraphobia, and I'm getting way better with that. I wouldn't leave the house without someone else for the last 9 months. And about 5 months ago, I started doing things on my own again. I started driving again. But through this process, we have lost a lot. We lost our house when we made a decision to sell it because we couldn't. I haven't been working, and my husband has been taking care of me, so he wasn't able to work either. And so we're just getting to that place where we can start doing normal things again, and I leave the house on my own, I drive on my own. I do get panic attacks sometimes when I drive, but it's okay. Who doesn't, you know? But basically my entire life I've had suicidal thoughts, and I'm learning to deal with them in a positive way instead of listening to them, because they're not right. They're wrong. They're completely wrong. I deserve to be here. You deserve to be here. We all deserve to be here. So everyone is welcome on this channel. I really hope that... Oh, another thing I really wanted to stress on. People calling suicide the easy way out, or the selfish, or being selfish. People who want to commit suicide are not thinking, F all these people, I'm out. They're thinking, I love all these people and I don't want them to have to deal with me anymore. It's literally about literally about not wanting to put that stress or burden on other people anymore. And feeling like everyone would be better off without us. And that is a huge thing that we need to... Hi, Piggy. I know. It's okay. It's okay. Mommy's okay. Mommy's okay. I love you. Mommy's okay. Go sit down. You're very hot. You should go get a drink. That was my woey girl. She wowies. She wowies a lot. Go on, baby. It's okay. Yeah. If you have PTSD and anxiety, I highly recommend animals. Can you get your face out? They are very helpful and loving. In the midst of all of this, I did lose my caretaker, my dog. I have several dogs, but I'd had my Luna Bear for 14 years, and she'd been with me through everything and always been there for me, and that was a really hard loss for our family. She was the best. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video to inform people. I know it's a little long, I know it's probably a little boring, or maybe not. Maybe it's very interesting, and I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I want as much positive energy as you can muster. If you deal with these problems, you're not alone, and please seek help. Feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to bring some positivity to your life if you need some, and know that I truly do love you. I truly do. Even if you don't subscribe, I love you. I love everyone. Everyone deserves to be loved. Everyone deserves to be here. And this is a very hard video to make, but as I said, it was important, and mental health is important, and don't ever put it in the back seat, because it will explode into your windshield. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. You, and you. I'm going to be doing a tapping video later, possibly tomorrow, possibly today, I'm not sure. I have done 2 videos today, so, and this one was really hard, so, sorry. I'm here. Yes, so, I think I hit on everything that I wanted to hit on as far as that goes. If you have questions, if you want to reach out to me, if you, so I'm here. I love you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night or evening or lunch or whatever you're having. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please support your friends with mental illness. Please support your loved ones with mental illness, and know that it is just as important as a physical illness, even though a lot of times you can't see it. Please include your friends and family with mental illness. Please reach out to them and let them know you're there for them. I recommend reaching out to someone right now and telling them you love them. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever. And I thank you for watching this video. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Bye, guys.